Whipple
won in court for carrying shadows, so my research is not going to waste your time.
All right. I'll read it.
Lakeland, and thank you guys who came out here today. I know it's a tough day, it's Saturday morning, there's a lot of things going on with soccer, and I heard today about someone who was going to a ice hockey match here in the middle of Florida. So thank you guys for being here today. You know, and it takes a lot to run for office and put yourself out there. And one of the things I want to thank Governor Scott for what he's done for the state of Florida. While he's been the governor of the state of Florida, the unemployment has come down almost 5%. I think that's amazing. And reserves for the state of Florida, which, again, I think that's awesome. There are some who will say that the legislature is the one to appropriate, that the governor doesn't have responsibility for that, but having worked with this governor, I can tell you he is absolutely razor solid focus on making sure that we improve the economy of the state of Florida. He has shown tremendous leadership in making sure that we take down the debt of the state of Florida. He put $3.6 billion that he has paid down in debt to the state of Florida. He has paid $3.5 billion he's paid back to the federal government for unemployment insurance. The reason why he knows these things is because he has a wife, he has children, he has grandchildren. He knows what it's like to think about someone besides yourself. Guy who was a governor before, when things got tough, thought of himself, left the wheel, and decided that he was going to run as a conservative Republican for the U.S. Senate. Well, that didn't work out so well for him. So then he decided, guess what? I'm going to run as the independent senator for the U.S. Senate. Yeah, well, that didn't work out so well either. And now he's decided that he's going to run as a Democratic governor for the state of Florida. And we're all going to work hard to make sure that that doesn't work out for him very much. As a lifelong Floridian, for someone who's been here for 6 generations, who has children, who is now a grandma, I appreciate this governor and his forward thinking to make sure that we do things to improve Florida. He has done things with policies, and the manufacturing tax cuts, sales tax cut. That was his idea. That wasn't the legislature's idea, because he knew that was going to bring jobs to the state of Florida. Brought companies like Amazon to this area, which brought thousands of jobs. So for that, I'm honored to be behind this governor. I'm going to work tirelessly to make sure that he gets reelected, because I care about families. I care about the state of Florida. Thank you, Governor Scott. To work with in the Florida House, who has that same work ethic, someone who was a leader for us in the Florida House when I was there, and that's the Lieutenant Governor Lopez-Cantera.
Good morning. Great to be back in Lakeland. I've had such a great time working with Governor Scott. I had my seventh month anniversary of taking office this week, and it's been a great 7 months. I've been traveling the state from Pensacola to South Florida and back a couple times, and I've met so many great people. I can tell you where the good Hampton Inns to stay at are around the state, but I've met a lot of great people, and I've seen so much support for Governor Scott, because people recognize that Governor Scott has kept his word. Nobody can deny that when Rick Scott ran for office in 2010, he said he was going to focus on jobs and the economy. Well, we've added 622,000 jobs, and our unemployment rate has dropped to 6.2%. And our state budget that had a $3.5 million hole that Governor Scott inherited from Charlie Crist now has a $1.2 billion surplus. His leadership has worked. The numbers don't lie and results matter. And leadership matters. And Governor Scott, I can tell you without hesitation that he cares about this state. He cares about every citizen in this state, because he wants to make sure that people can provide for their families and not have government intrude in their lives any more than it has. Now you're going to hear from Charlie Crist. He's going to say, oh, I care about people. But he has a record, and he doesn't want you to remember that record. When he was governor, he raised taxes $2.2 billion. Did he care about people then? When he was governor, 836,000 people lost their jobs. Did he care about them then? When he was governor, the state racked up over $6 billion in debt. Did he care about you then? And when things were really bad, and they were at their worst, who did he care about the most? He cared about Charlie Crist. If you think about it, during his whole 4 years as governor, Charlie was running for something else. He never even wanted to be governor. He spent the first 2 years chasing a vice presidential nomination with John McCain, and he spent the second 2 years chasing the United States Senate seat. But he was never focused on the job at hand, on what he was elected to do. And that's why things got so horrible. So I know that the state of Florida is not going to give Charlie Crist another chance. And I know you good, fine men and women here in Lakeland are not going to give Charlie Crist another chance. No. And I know, without a doubt, that you are going to give Governor Rick Scott 4 more years to make things even better than they are. my partner, my friend, Governor Rick Scott. Good morning. It's wonderful to be in Lakeland. I had the opportunity to do a work day here. I can sell strawberry shortcakes very well in the stands. My lines, when I did the lines for the stadium, was straight. So I could have kept my job there. So it's wonderful to be here. I just want to recognize, first I want to thank Kelli Stargel. Again, she does a great job. And somebody else that we get the opportunity to work with in Tallahassee, Seth McKeel, has done a great job. We have Dennis Ross, who did a good job in Tallahassee, and now is working in Florida. Thank you for being here. We got to hear about where they went to high school. We got to hear all the nice and great things that are happening in Lakeland. I want to thank Commissioner George Lindsay for being here. Make sure you have a great race. Judge wanted to be here, but he's out fighting other battles this morning. And also I want to thank Mayor Wiggs for doing such a great job in Lakeland. This is a great meeting. We're going to talk about three things: where we come from, where we are today, and where we're going. And where we came from is all of us have come from different backgrounds. I came from a very tough environment. I grew up in public housing. I don't know my natural father. My mom was going through a divorce. She had an abusive husband. She remarried a year or so later. There were 5 kids, and they struggled for money. I don't remember a Christmas that my dad had a job growing up. They really struggled for work. But my mom said, if I studied hard and I worked hard, anything was possible. I joined the service at 18, got married at 19. The Navy said the same thing. You better study hard and you better work hard. Now, we have a governor, prior governor, Charlie Crist, and we have a president that have the wrong playbook. The Barack Obama playbook is spend your money, tax you to death, raise the debt, and don't worry about what happens to your family. That's what Charlie Crist did. Raise taxes $2 billion, increase state debt to over $8 billion, try to increase spending every day because he was not worried about where we're going. Now, we have turned our economy around. Where are we today? As the Senator Governor said, Kelli said, 620,000 jobs have been added. Yeah! Under Trump, unemployment was 3.5 to 11.1. We're down from 11.1 to 6.2. Legislature, we have record funding for K-12 education, record funding for state college, record funding for universities. Our teachers have the opportunity for pay raise. We're at a 43-year low on primary. The legislature has done a great job with the legislature. Money also. They've helped cut taxes 40 times, and we're going to cut taxes another $1 billion over the next 2 years. Why? Because we've turned our economy around. We can do it. So, now, where are we going? It's about our family. Where are our families going to go? I know my family growing up, they said, I want a job. I want a job, I want a job, I want a job. My parents needed jobs. Number 2, they said the future is our children and it's our children's education. That's why we're so focused on being the #1 state for education. Now, I have a major announcement. Charlie Crist is a slick politician and a very smooth talker. I'm not. Yeah! And then he'd try to run for office and maybe get elected, and then nothing would happen. Absolutely nothing. Nothing good for our families, that is, other than he lost his job, he raised our taxes, he raised tuition on our children going to universities by 15% year after year. From the time that Charlie started, if you had a newborn, you wanted to buy a prepaid, it was $14,000 when he started. 4 years later, only 4 years later, when he left, $45,000. He didn't care about their kids. He didn't care about their education. He cut education budget. This year, with the support of the legislature, we've dropped the cost of a prepaid down to $27,000, which is cut in half this year. So, everybody in the state is going to be paying.
Let's keep working. Let's keep working. Let's keep working. Let's keep working. Let's keep working.
Now somebody that is working hard to turn around Washington, D.C. It's very difficult when you have a president who believes in higher taxes, more spending, more government, taking money out of our pockets, not worried about our families. But he's working hard up there, Congressman Dennis Ross. There's morning in Lakeland. And what a good morning it is, because in less than 2 months we will have re-elected Governor Rick Scott. I go back to Washington, D.C. Monday, where the idol of Charlie Crist resides, Barack Obama. And I tell you, an ominous parallel that has occurred between these two personalities. You know, Charlie Crist, when governor, unemployment at its lowest. At its highest. Deficit at their highest. Confidence by consumers at their lowest. Job opportunities gone. And then I look at the last 6 years of his idol in Washington, D.C. and what we've done. We have replicated that. We've increased our deficit. We've increased our unemployment. We have grown the size of government. And then I look at the last 4 years in Florida. And I see something that works. A game plan by a Governor Rick Scott, that said, you know what? If I put Florida back to work, we will come out of this recession. We will strengthen this economy. We will make our citizens proud again. And look what's happened. We've reduced unemployment. We've gained nearly 700,000 jobs. We have turned around the confidence of the consumers and created new jobs, diverse jobs, high-paying jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, Washington, D.C. can learn from Governor Rick Scott. I was in the legislature when Charlie was governor, and my record shows I fought Charlie Crist. I can tell you. As the governor pointed out today, Charlie Crist will do and say anything, because to him, words are shallow. Actions don't exist. But actions make the difference. Leadership is not a title. Leadership is an act. And for the last 4 years, we have seen leadership by way of actions that have done so much more to bring back this state and to make us feel once again that the Sunshine State will be a leader in the nation's economy and a gateway to the world. I will tell you this, that in November, on November 4th, we will see an overwhelming victory for our governor, because we will get out the vote. The American public will look at the state of Florida and see that the future is bright because of policies that have been implemented by Governor Rick Scott. I will close with this. The contrast is clear. You can have somebody who believes that greater government, greater divisiveness, and less opportunity is the way that we ought to go for a future that will take us back decades. Or you can go with somebody who is a self-made success story, that is the American dream, who has shown by his own actions that he has turned this country around by just doing it in the state of Florida. And I will tell you that we will overwhelmingly choose the latter.
Scott to be governor again. Let's keep working. No, the worst thing, the biggest mistake you make if you give, don't never give Neil your own phone, are you? Because he gets up like 4 o'clock in the morning, he has no problem calling you at 4 o'clock in the morning tonight. Yeah, they're all good. Sure. A representative that cares for every family, has a reputation of caring for people.
Hey.
Thank you, Governor.
Before you ever got here. And I'm happy to do it again. I don't want to take much time, but nobody can say it better than the folks who have already talked here today. When you look at where we were in 2008, which is the question I asked, we're living in this state, we're living in Polk County, we know what happened. We know what kind of decline we were experiencing. And it was exactly as Lieutenant Governor Lopez said, he wasn't working. He was working on getting on the ticket with John McCain. That didn't work out. Charlie Crist was working to become U.S. Senator for Florida. He was not doing the things that we needed to do. On the other hand, that's all Rick Scott does, is get up. I can call him at 4 in the morning because I know he's up working. I know. I actually called him. A little fun in here because I actually called him for advice. Never all friends. Always call and ask me what I should do or what I should say. But it is an honor and pleasure to be here today. It's an honor to be able to work with Governor Scott. I'm just so delighted, and I said it before he got here, everybody needs to come and stand behind him, and we need to make sure that we're all standing behind him on November the 4th, and we make sure that we bring people, and that everybody we bring stands behind Governor Scott and the great things that he's done for the state of Florida. Thank you so much.
Everybody for being here. We're going to have a big election on November 4th. We're going to continue the path we've been going down, which is good for our families. Our families want jobs, they want a great education system, they want to live in a safe neighborhood. That's the most important thing we can do for every family. That's good government. So, we're going to head in the right direction. The slogan is, let's keep working. Let's keep working so we don't have tax increases. We have tax decreases. Let's keep working so we have more jobs, not less. Let's keep working because we have a better education system. So, it's great to be here, so we'll finish with let's keep
working. Let's keep working. So you're the Lieutenant Governor. I'm the guy that nearly won in Fort Chicago, and I would like to help y'all on 2 issues that you cannot accomplish unless you get federal help. And so you can Google my name. I'll show you my driver's license, and then you can Google my name. Kelli Stargel can vouch for the fact that I'm the real Gordon Watt.
Okay, because you know what, Gordon, I'll make sure that
Oh, Kelly's a good girl, but I'm glad Gordon I'll be here this time. So I know it's long, but I'm not going to waste your time or just one. Y'all are conservative, but some things you cannot accomplish on the state level. College tuition is a good example. And the other issue, well, in other words, at the very best, I'll fix your problem. At the very least, it'll be interesting reading, and you'll be Googling me to see. Is this guy that's not even a lawyer really almost win Terry Chavez? So go ahead and Google my name, and may God bless you. Thank you. Best of luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thanks for being here, buddy. Thank you. You want to get a picture?
Hold on, I'll do it. Let me see.
Oh, you got it?
Hey, this is the Lieutenant Governor, and he actually listened to me. Hello. Okay.
Thank you. Hey.
Okay. Governor Scott, you're a good guy, but there's some battles that you're going to have to get help from the feds with, and so together we can use teamwork and be conservative. So I'm not going to waste your time, and may God bless you.